So what we have is we have to deal with ourselves, and it's not just behavior modifications. Really, we have to go to the core stuff and see this. It's not, Dr. Gabor Mata says it's not the addiction, it's the pain. And if we deal with the pain, but most of us don't want to deal with our pain, correct? Let me ask you a question. Are you ready for a question? I think I did this a few weeks ago. Here's a question. What did you get, or what did your addiction give you? What did you get, or what did your addiction give you? Don't everybody answer at once. An escape. What else? Tracy. Gave you relief. Okay, gave you a relief. Did you say pleasure? Okay. What'd you say, Tracy? Yeah, it gave you an escape, a relief. It eased the pain. Okay. Anybody else? Maynard. Okay. What did it give you? What did the addiction give you? Yes. Courage. Okay, do you see a common thread here? It was a way to be able to deal or cope with your life. You see that? Escape, courage, easing of pain. And so, and if we didn't cope, if we didn't find a way to deal or escape from this pain, then we wouldn't have been able to really survive. It would have got us. Would you agree with that? So now the trouble is, now we're trying to get better, and so we're trying to not do that helped us escape or give us courage from whatever was going on, but we never deal with the core stuff. We're always dealing with the behavior, because see, Abraham Maslow said, if you think if you, the only tool you have is a hammer, then you think every problem is a nail. Okay, so that means if you only have one tool, which it was your means of coping with your pain, then you use that on and for everything. Would you agree with that? And the only trouble is, it worked a little bit in the beginning, or you wouldn't have used it. But then what happens after a while? It gets bigger and bigger and worse, and it helps less and less and costs you more and more, and it extracts from you, and then it starts killing you. Right? It isolates you. Okay? Because see, it doesn't solve the problem. It just kicks the can on down the road a little bit, maybe. Right? Am I telling it right? Maybe. and I'm not getting on you. I'm saying the problem is we need to deal with the real stuff inside. Now, we don't want to do that. Why? For the same reason why you didn't deal with it the first time. Right? Yeah, we don't. It hurts. It's scary. We don't know how. All those good excuses. Any excuse will work. Just pull one out. It'll work. Doesn't mean that it's really real, but it'll work. Right? And so, you can even say, well, I got milk in the refrigerator. That's the reason why. That's an excuse. That's as good as anyone you'd use, Troy. Right? Yeah, somebody stole your garden hose. So anyway, we need to deal with that core stuff. And Saturday Night Live is here to try to help you to deal, to work on, to encourage for you to make that transformation on the inside. What do you think about that? And that doesn't mean that it's easy. It just means that it's healthy. Okay? And in fact, healing is painful too. Right? I was talking to a guy in the psych ward this week, and he said he was just really angry at himself for the choices that he made. You know how that is? Anybody ever been in some of that place where you made stupid choices? And and somebody says, well, can't you think? No, you really can't. You turned your brain off. You know, you flipped the switch. You flipped the switch. I just had this thought coming to my mind. I'm going to try it out on you. I hope it don't make you too mad, but it really don't matter. But anyway, we're going to flip that switch. You take that switch from normal to stupid. Okay, right? We flip the stupid switch, right? Anybody here ever flip the stupid switch? Oh, I'll just feel good and flip that stupid switch, right? That's right. That's it. That's it. And how does that work out for you? Yeah. And the guys came and gave you some really shiny jewelry to put around your wrist too, right? Yeah. And they liked you so much, you put some around your ankles too. Yeah. So we know what stupid is, right? But the trouble is, sometimes we really don't recognize, and we tell ourselves we can't do what we want to do. And even Apostle Paul talked about that, Romans chapter 7, starting in verse 14. And he said that I would do, I don't do it. But that I do, I don't want to do. Okay? Oh, wretched man that I am. How do I change this mess? Have you ever said something similar to that? And so just like Paul, but see, it's all the different facets in our life, and I want to help you to make those changes. Okay, all right, and I just want to say that it's doable. I'm not saying it's easy, because it's not easy. If I said it was easy, you know I was lying. But it is doable. It's hard. But it's healthy. And tonight, at the end of the meeting, when I speak, that I'm going to be talking about the grateful flow, gratefulness, similar to what Troy opened up with here, but to hopefully we can go through an exercise of opening up, and if we make that connection, if we're able to open up and get that connection, if we're able to break that black cloud that hangs over us and get that connection, that gives us some empowerment on the inside that helps us to be able to navigate life a little better. And that's really what connection is all about. And that's what step 5 is about that starting down that road of trying to get connection, confessing to God, to yourself, and one other person. See, that is starting to become vulnerable and open and making connections. But we hard-headed, addict behavior type folk, whether you take drugs or not, or drinking or whatever, we want to pull back, isolate, hide, and withdraw, and harden up and protect ourselves. Did I describe anybody in this room? Those that did not raise your hands, you know that you are a liar. But I love you anyway. Thank you. You sure? You want to come up here and do it? Okay. That's right. And the real thing of it is, when we make that decision and we decide to go ahead and deal with the pain and confront the monster that's inside, when we do that and we go ahead and deal with that, there's a release inside. And that heaviness that you feel, you know what I'm talking about? The heaviness that just feels like it's weighting you down, and sometimes it's so crushing you don't think you're going to be able to breathe. Hello? When we go ahead and we go ahead and make that move, then we have those breakthroughs. Now it's not just one and done. There's multiple breakthroughs, but any is better than nothing, right? And we're able to do that. But Pareto's law says, you know, when we're moving in that dimension, and we have connection with God's power and the power of His Holy Spirit, with His grace in our life, instead of fighting His grace. How many of you have ever fought God's grace? Okay, and then move in His grace, not fighting it as much. Okay, I want to qualify it because it's not 100%. We'd like it to be, but the thing of it is, it doesn't take as long, because it's like with God's favor, 20% equals 100%. Does that make sense? I don't know how to answer that, except that is in the world of quantum physics, that they back that up. And so it's just not mystical. It's science. It's real. And so what we're going to talk about later on is gratitude, to help you to connect with that power, because you can't do it on your own. That's what a meeting's all about. Relationship with yourself, relationship with God, and relationship with at least one other. And what if we had relationship with 2 people or 3 people? We don't want to get any more than 3, though, right? So, sarcasm. I love you. You're important to me, and I want the best for you. Okay? I want the best for you. But I had this thought come in my head. Is there somebody playing something? Are you playing what we're... Okay, it's coming through because I hear it. Thank you. I want to tell you, I want to give you a warning. A warning, when you start getting healthy, you think it's going to be, we already said it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. And the trouble is, it's like when you start moving in to a new direction, you hit hard places. Okay? I want you to know there's some hard places. I wish it wasn't so. I wish it'd all just be easy for you. So what I'm saying is, don't be surprised when you hit the hard places. Okay? So when we know the hard places are coming, it doesn't have to be a surprise to us. You follow me? And then we say, well, I knew this was coming, and I know I can go through it. I can deal with this. Does that make sense what I'm talking about? It's because we're pushing through things, and it's like a war. You can even call it a spiritual war. And you're taking back ground, but there's some ground is harder than others. And the factor is not the outside, it's on the inside. It's the enemy in me. Does that make sense? All right. Hey, I took too long, but